This is TWiT.
Then there's the new iMac. It's pretty, period. Freaking powerful, period. That's Apple's verbiage. This is the same exact design with 8th generation Intel processors. Is that right?
Yep. It's completely unchanged, except for the 21.5 inch goes to 8th generation and with new Radeon cards and faster memory, and the 27 goes to 9th generation, because you can't just have a Coffee Lake. You got to have a Coffee Lake refresh now as well. And that also has new AMD up to Vega Pro and faster RAM.
The addition of the Vega, I would expect, I don't know, but I would expect is welcome, right? You've had a Vega.
I mean, yeah.
They put the Vegas in the MacBook Pros now.
They're not. Yeah, they're still mobile. They're not like the beefy ones that are in the iMac Pro.
This is
not the.
This is the mobile.
I believe
Vega.
I have to double check, but like they're not the iMac Pro cards, and people still want NVIDIA, and that doesn't answer that. But you know, you have eGPUs, so these are better, much better than the ones that were in the previous generation.
So if I
people
take,
are going to want whatever's not in the machine.
yes, of course,
yes, they want
absolutely
they want
right.
beer to come out of the ports in the back. I don't know who asked for that.
So if I say, let's get a 5K 27-inch iMac, which is really a nice machine, I could put a 8-core i9 in it, turbo boost up to 5 gigahertz. I can put up to 64 gigs. By the way, the iMac Pro also has additional RAM choices now, up to all the way to 256 gig for $5,000. But we'll only put 64.
It's the Alex Lindsay plan, Leo. Your time is literally worth more than your money, and you know that's an easy purchase.
Right. No, that's known as the first week in December. Gotta spend the rest of this budget money.
Spend the budget
before the end of the year, or else we lose it.
Let's put in the Vega, Radeon Pro Vega 48. I can't believe they're still selling these Fusion drives. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
Put in a terabyte SSD. Don't buy a Fusion drive, right?
Only 1 terabyte SSD? Yeah, never buy anything with a platter that's in an all-in-one that you'll have to drag to an Apple store if anything goes wrong with it. Hang all your platters outside with a Thunderbolt cable.
That's why I think a terabyte internal is sufficient, because I'm going to hang out some Thunderbolt 3. I have a very nice, that new blade from Otherworld Computing.
It's great as long as you've never had 2 terabytes internal. Once you've had 2 terabytes,
okay, you talked me into it.
It's fantastic.
So we got it up to iMac Pro prices, $5,249 maxed. If you max it
ends
out.
Exactly where the iMac Pro begins, with 8 cores and all this. And then if you want more than 8 cores, you got to go Pro.
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
You know, the other cool thing is that they're still keeping the $1,100 basic 19-inch iMac on the price list. So there's still a less expensive buy-in. You don't necessarily have to have an 8-core processor if all you're doing is you just want an iMac for the family room, or you just want to buy an 8-pack to do video editing in a school lab.
Yeah, I mean that, you know, $1,000, and that's a pretty nice computer for $1,000.
That's competitive, yeah.
Yeah, 7th generation i5,
including a top of the line display, including this really nice build quality. Yeah. And they still put spinning drives in. This has the cheapest one has a 5,400 RPM SATA drive. That's okay
You're right, for a school.
For school, also for lower capacity, the SSDs are cheap only for lower capacities. Once you start to get into half a terabyte, a full terabyte, then it becomes, well, do I want to spend this extra $200 on a better case design? Do I want to spend that $200 on better cooling or more software or software subscriptions? I mean, I've got 8 terabytes on in the NAS behind me. It's not SSD storage. It works fine. It's an okay thing. I wouldn't ding any machine at that price point for having spinning hardware.
Actually, given a $1,099 price point, a very competent machine, frankly, most people don't need more than 8 gigs i5, a terabyte spinning drive. That's a very competent machine for a home computer, and actually, that's not a bad price. No. Really. I mean, I know you can get a Windows machine for, I mean, a decent Windows all-in-one is going to be $800. So it's not that much. I don't think that the Apple Premium is so visible here.